Beautiful. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, is your co-host, Crystal Morency. Hi, Crystal.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Dino. So, Mr. Superstar.
I don't know, but I definitely don't think that. That's for sure.
How was it? How was your 10 minutes of fame?
Well, it was only about 8 minutes. Yeah.
That's what I said, remember?
It was, yeah, you know what? It was, who would have thought someone would exaggerate how long they could last? Instead of doing 10, they only did 8. It's a surprise to me.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought it? At least you had something. At least you were. At least you had some material.
You know what the worst part?
You didn't just talk to them.
That's true. It was not a TED Talk. And the funny thing is, the guy. So the feature that when I was. So what we're talking about, guys, just so you know. This past weekend, I had my first stage time during this whole time. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if Crystal had to was in charge of time travel, it would always go like wonky. You really wouldn't know where you would end up. It would be pretty funny. So I had a set. It's been how many months? Like almost 5 months since I've been on stage. And one of the last few spots that I did was headline at the show you had, Crystal. So that I did 20 minutes there.
Whisker Biscuit.
And that was Whisker Biscuits, which was I thought it was a great time. Everyone had a great laugh.
Awesome. Killed it.
Well, let's put it this way. I was not the worst of the night, but I definitely ate some dick up there.
Last night?
Yeah. So.
Because I was going to say, you didn't eat any dick at mine.
No.
Not even a lick.
So, yeah, I had one joke that was new. I'm not going to use it anymore, so I'll tell you guys what it was. I said, I said how OnlyFans really blew up as soon as quarantine started, which I have to admit I'm not a fan of OnlyFans. And the reason being is because someone described it as a paper route. And of course, everyone's kind of going, paper route? I said, yeah, what it means, and this is just a trigger warning for everyone, this is quite a aggressive joke. I said, oh yeah, so like a paper route, you can make some pocket change if you do it yourself, but you only really start to make money if you start to employ children.
Oh fuck! I know. I get it.
Oh, and you know what? And it's very funny. It's very funny on many levels. I might be able to pull off Toronto. I don't know that I will do it, but the funniest part was.
I think it's hilarious. You know, it's so true though, because that's what's going on.
Exactly.
Because as soon as you say something, people just aren't laughing, and if they are laughing, you have to say something that's completely controversial on one side, so that way at least you get the one side to agree with you, because everybody else is gonna fucking go crazy on you.
The funny part was, I was like, it wasn't just there was silence, not even crickets, nothing, and I was like, and the funny thing is, little inside baseball is, you can't acknowledge something not working too often during a set, okay? In a 5-minute set, you have about once that you can do that. And I'll be honest, this was the first time I'd ever done a joke that felt that hard, ever. I've had jokes that people went, I only got a couple laughs, and some people were like, "Meh," but I got sound. This, I got nothing. And I was like, so that was a new joke, and we're just never going to say that again.
Everybody's too afraid to.
Well,
everybody's too afraid to
I don't know. Maybe I did. It was a poor delivery.
All their brains just shut off as soon as you said that.
It was.
I don't know. I thought it was funny, and you're right here over a computer, and that's pretty lame.
The funny thing was, I told a buddy of mine that, and I was like, and he was like, "That's hilarious," and that's it's quite aggressive, right? And that's not. I'm normally not that aggressive in my comedy.
Really not.
But it's a narrative on current events and everything. And Victoria mentioned something was that there's a good chance they didn't really, because this was about 2.5 hours. Let's see, let's go northeast of Toronto, and it was an incredible show. But what Victoria said was, because when I told her the joke, she was like, "What's OnlyFans? I don't know." And that's how I know I'm the pervert in our marriage, right? So she was like, there's a good chance people just didn't know, because that wasn't really, it's a lot more of a younger target market kind of thing.
Oh.
So that may have been it. I'm not sure.
If it was up north, that's so true. She's so true, because up north, they don't know what that is. I didn't learn about I didn't even know what freaking Instagram was up until recently. Yeah. Like, in Twitter and shit like that. So like, that makes sense.
It's possible.
I only know what OnlyFans was because of other people's Facebook or other people's shit.
Yeah, so.
Like, I don't know how to use Snapchat still. I have an account. I have no idea how to use that shit.
Don't bother.
I'm like, what? And I refuse to be on TikTok. We are not going on TikTok.
Oh, that's the funny thing.
We're way too old for TikTok.
That's true. I don't want to be on TikTok either. I believe someone has filmed me for TikTok, but I don't know about that. But like, honestly, that was the
I'm on lots of sites I don't know about.
Yeah. But so that joke fell really flat, and the other problem was I was extremely attached to my notes, which is always poor form for a paid gig. So I was disappointed in myself. And you know what? In the end, I started very strong. I ended decently. I am going to be cutting it up too. So, just for my own self-gratification, I will be posting a few of the jokes online, just where I actually got laughs. But yeah, it was a little bit rough at times. I'll tell you that much. Like but the feature and headliner were killer. They did a great job. And honestly, even with me eating a little bit of dick, like, it was like an appetizer. I had an appetizer of dicks.
You're still a good crowd person.
Well,
like, you're still a good people person, though. You're not going to leave them being like, fucking get off the stage.
Oh, no, God, no. Like, and that's, like, people came up to me like, hey, you did good. I'm like, nah, I'm sorry. And I would apologize and go, I can do better than that. I'm so sorry. And they're like, no, you were actually pretty funny. And I was like,
critic,
thank you.
I'm sure
my ego appreciates it, right? Well, and the thing was, I was honestly, I would say even more nervous when I did that show than I was the first time I ever went on stage. Honestly, I was so nervous. And even the headliner was like, dude, you'll do fine. I've heard good things about you. And I'm like, I've never been this nervous before. Like, it was so weird, because I'm usually never nervous in front of people, and I was shitting myself. I just didn't have.
I'm so nervous when we do like this shit. I get more nervous about this shit and what people are gonna than I do getting on stage.
Yeah.
And that's one Zoom show that I did. I was so first of all, I didn't know that you were supposed to tell jokes. I thought that we were going to have a conversation and like slip funny shit in there. And no, apparently you have to go and do a bit in front of yourself. You don't even get to see the other people watching you. Well, so you don't know what the reaction is. And I'm like, you can't hear them, you can't see them. I'm like, well, and I didn't have, and all my stuff's super controversial right now. So I was like,
It is very funny though. Well, it is. No, it is. And that's why it's
I'm like, usually I would talk about my cupcake and my vagina, but fuck, there's a lot going on right now. Because everybody else was getting really, really, like, woke. So I even had Googled it after that, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Well, this was, the funny thing is that I was discussing with another guy who's very, very popular, and he's a great comic. He was the MC of the show, and he was fantastic. And even up to him, I was like, I'm sorry I didn't do better, because he actually introed me like so good with a nice bit. Like, he totally warmed the crowd up so well. And then like I had a strong start, so it was like yeah, and then I started to eat dick, and then I finished like with a solid dessert. But like there was it was like an appetizer / entree of dick, And he goes, hey man, he goes, I've seen you do better. Don't worry about it. It's the first time you've done it. And he goes, and plus, at least you can acknowledge that you ate dick, right? Other people are like, oh, I killed it, guy. And you're like, no, we didn't watch the same show. Okay?
No. Trust me. Yeah. That's like, yeah. Well, I've eaten dick at that Valentine's Day thing.
Well, that's the thing is, like, and especially with there are a lot of Zoom shows going on, if anyone didn't know, but the interesting part about the Zoom shows is that Zoom is not the same. Well, it's not even that. It's a completely different media. It does not. Being a stand-up comic is completely unlike doing Zoom comedy shows. A Zoom comedy show is not. It's a different type of media, and you can't everyone is still freaking out how it actually works, because you're not getting the response from people. You don't know how people are reacting. Like, it's a ton of stuff where you're going, I have no idea what the fuck's going on, right? It's not good. And that's...
You don't know, because comedy, you read the, like, how the crowd's doing and their faces and their stuff, and to see where you're going with it. Like, you know, where you can take it or where you can, you know, work with it, anything. Like, you have something to work with. And there, I was looking at me, and all I could see was me being like, fuck.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm like a people person, and I'm like, hey guys, like, what's going on? How about them Jays?
Yeah. No, and that's...
Sorry that I'm white. I'm sorry. Like,
well, this is the funny thing is, like, everyone is virtue signaling so much right now that you just don't know where you land, and you're just like, I don't know what to the point where if you want to say something, it's almost as you feel as if people are going, hey, you don't get a turn, and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, like it's very, very perplexing right now, and
you don't know if you're supposed to, like,
well,
everybody's just so bad.
And this is the thing is, if somebody's like, hey, you're, like, for me, it's like, okay, you're a white man, even though I'm of European descent and whatever, but someone says, hey, you're a white man, you don't get a say. Now, does that mean I should fight for my say? Is that, like, I don't know. Like, it's very, and you want to be respectful of other people, and at the same time is, in what way is not being allowed to say something okay? You know, that's exactly what we're trying to fight against. So how does that work? And like,
not one thought that I've ever had that I've had to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it comes down to, it's almost like a grand sort of censorship, right? And you're just like, well, I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why is that okay? You know?
It makes things so bad.
Absolutely.
It's so bad.
It's I don't know. I have my fingers crossed for this progress to do well and for everyone to grow, not like I grow. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, up here. But you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. It's, please tell me what your thoughts, Crystal.
Personally, I just think that it's helping us grow apart and separating us, and it's just because, and now everybody's gonna say the wrong it's like when you're in a relationship with somebody who's like, you feel like you like can't do anything right, like you're in any type of, and you're like, I can't say anything to impress that person, you know, like I can't, and you can't win with them. Well, that's like life now, because you're like, you don't know, like everything's so on eggshells, and it's like, well, if you have to, like, okay, so it's just, you know, and then the people that are all against, oh, I want to be against the man and blah, blah, and all this stuff. Yeah. Okay, so there's rules against jumping off the Niagara Falls to the falls. Well, other people have done it, and other people have gone, so why shouldn't you? Let's all go jump over the falls. Well, because, you know, like, I posted on Facebook, I posted something about Mass, and I just like the song, and personally, like, I think Mass it takes me down 20 years. I've been ID'd 3 times since this whole COVID shit has happened. Yeah. Okay? It takes away any teeth problems. You got a little bit of fucked up, like, your nose is fucked up. You got a little bit of seasonal herp. Like, anything, it will cover, right? You got, like, shit going on around your face, it will cover. So I'm like, what's wrong with the mask? I'm like, fuck, even if you don't know, because we don't know anything. Yeah. And so nobody can say that they know anything that's going on. You don't know. I had that post on about this mask. It was like, it was to the beat of a song. I can't even remember what it was. It wasn't relevant to me. Yeah. I just liked the beat of the song, and I like masks because they have got me ID'd 3 times, and I'm almost 40. So I'm like, yay, masks. I got pretty high. I think I said this. I've repeated this anyways. I repeated myself. But everybody fought on this post, right? So then I post a post, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, smile, fuck faces. I'm like, because when I looked up what woke meant. Because, and I'm starting this only 14 minutes in, so don't get mad at me.
Sorry, now you're frozen.
I Googled what woke meant because you did. So I'll just continue telling them. So I Googled what woke meant, and as far as I knew, woke meant when you wake up in the morning, to be aware, to be conscious, to be aware of your surroundings. You're awake, you know,
Correct.
you're on to take on a new day. You get a new chance to be woke, right? And now, if you Google what woke is, it's like to be aware of racism and to be aware, and that's exactly what it says in the first line. And it's like now we're putting. It's all this stuff, and it's like you're not woke, you're not aware, and it's like aware is your consciousness, right? And consciousness is to be aware, to be conscious of your surroundings, to know. So, and there's different states of consciousness based on how much of the information you have, how much you have going into the situation, whether or not, like, how awake you are, basically, right? So if we don't have all this, we're the being woke, it's like, okay, well, we're not going to do this until we're aware. And are we really aware of what's going on, or are we aware of what we want to know?
Absolutely.
What we believe. Like, that's, so I was just like, if everybody wants to get all woke, at least look it up. Like, are you aware? Are you, or is it just racism? Because if you're just underlining something. I
hope you were still talking.
Yeah, I am. If you're just underlining one...
Poop. Sorry, guys, just having some technical issues.
Hi, guys. That's okay. Dino's just looking at me like this. He's all frozen. I'm still moving. It's his big fancy computer.
Sorry, guys. There we go. I'm reconnecting. There we go. Hello.
There we go.
Sorry about that. Sorry to disturb you.
That's okay.
But, okay, so...
No.
Did you finish your point?
I was just about to.
Okay, go ahead. Please. Sorry about that, guys.
So, no, I was... sorry. Fuck. No, it's just to be aware that there's more issues and there's underlining issues to the issues that are brought up to the plate, to the ignorance of races, religion, and all that stuff. And I think race and all that stuff, religion, first of all, for me personally, this is just my personal perspective, but I think it was like everything is put into to believe that there is possibilities beyond what we know, what we have proof of. Because religion, you can't prove.
True.
Like, you can't physically prove a lot of religion. There's not physical proof of it, right? Yeah. So I think that it's made to believe. Like, to believe in possibilities, to believe in the opportunity, to believe that there is an evil, but to believe that there is a good, to believe that there is... But if we focus all our negative, and everybody focuses on negative, then we're not aware. We're not woke. We're not anything, because we're focusing on the fact that there's problems with it. Why not focus on growing it?
Yeah.
Why not focus on growing it together? Because the problem we're really addressing apart. We're not addressing it together. So why are we even talking to each other if we want to separate each other? So I'm aware of the situation. So Dino, I am woke.
Well, okay, so let's pick that apart, okay? So let's go through it a little bit. So the idea now, I absolutely understand exactly what you're saying, and it makes a lot of sense. And in all honesty, with the idea that this has become somebody who is aware of social injustice and racism, things around you, it makes me wonder why wearing a mask wouldn't be something that would be woke, right? Being considerate about the people around you, that should be someone who is aware of social injustice in society and how it's affecting people. There's been a lot of statistics that are showing around that in city centers, a lot of people are affected significantly more than outside of city centers, and we know that inside city centers there's a significant increase or amount of people of various ethnicities. So it's like, why wouldn't you want to protect your own neighborhood, your own neighbor, your own people, and by people I mean the people who share the same culture, right? Because that's a lot of times we trend to go towards people we are friendly with, people we associate with, people we know and we're comfortable with. Obviously, in these times of upheaval, it's very difficult. I've never given a shit about that kind of stuff, but it is something that is happening. Now, that all being considered, I think...
Or the people beyond you, though, because some people aren't wearing masks because all their buddies are saying, or they seen on something that they watch that's not wearing a mask.
Oh, yeah. You know people are saying they're going to die. I'm going to die. If I wear a mask, I'm going to die.
On either side of it, mask or no mask, we are all human beings.
Yes.
And shouldn't we try anything to see if it works?
Yeah.
You know, why not? Is it really going to bother you not to wear a mask for right now until we figure it out? Like, we're not asking you to put anything in your body. You're not asking anything. Yeah. You're like, oh, it's got something in it. Fuck, make it at home.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Look, I've seen people wearing bandanas.
And you treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah. Like, you know, like, oh, well, they say that, well, you don't have to take Tylenol for a headache, so don't take it or whatever. But if you got a headache, are you going to take it?
Well,
maybe. You know, does that make you against the man? You know, like...
Perfect example.
I am sticking up against the man, you know? And it's like, fuck, like, you know?
It's funny that you say that. So, on the way home from the gig, so the gig was about 2.5 hours northeast of Toronto, as I said. So, on the drive back, I started to get a very bad headache. The reason was I hadn't eaten since lunch. And I have diabetes, as we've covered before. And I'm like, I need to eat fairly regularly because otherwise I cause damage to my system. It's not a good thing. So we stopped in at Tim Hortons and I had to eat something. Now, could I have taken Tylenol? Maybe. I don't know. But I explored different options. That doesn't criminalize Tylenol. It doesn't. What did I say? Oh, I think I need to eat because I haven't eaten in a while, and that's what's causing my headache. Literally within about
you're a diabetic. You know your body.
Yeah. Well, within 5 minutes of me taking a bite, they had run out of actual food at Tim Hortons, and I didn't know there was a McDonald's further down. So I just had an apple fritter, which was fucking delicious. It probably wasn't, but I was just so hungry that I'm like, it was like Cookie Monster with a fritter. So.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but I'm like, you know what? I ate it, and within 5 minutes, my headache started to go away, and it became a fairly, and it was too much sugar, so that's also not a good thing. But at least it kind of tempered things out, so I was okay to drive home and not have a bad headache and be able to sleep. All those things factor in. You're going, listen, I didn't have to criminalize. Oh, you shouldn't have this. No, I shouldn't be eating fucking donuts is what I shouldn't be doing. I'm fucking 400 pounds and I have diabetes. I shouldn't be having donuts. Why? I work with what I have. Now, that being said, we're leaning into an area where people are trying to say that, or trying to alleviate accountability, I'm finding. Where, like, people are saying defund the police. Now, this is in specific response to extreme amounts of aggression that have been seen on display by police officers in very, very difficult situations. I have the utmost respect for all civil servants.
That definitely is not the case. But don't defund the police.
Well, but that's the thing is,
that's the worst possible scenario.
Then who is going to hold people accountable, right? And this is why should it be restructured? Should it be more educated? Should there be more training? Absolutely. There's the most trained officer can use more.
Yeah. That's why there's shitty officers as it is. There's so many good ones, but there's so many bad ones because people treat them like shit already. They walk into every situation with people being like, oh, look at the... like the piggies, like Charles fucking Manson, like.
Okay, hold on. Let's stop for a second. Let me just stop for a second. How did you mess up the snort for a pig? Yeah. That's what I want to know. How did you not do a good snort for a pig? That is impossible. Okay, that's okay.
I don't know.
I was about to say, I'm like, listen, if you can't do that,
because I'm a woman and I do not want to be good at snorting like a pig ever. That is not a view that I want. The fact that you had me snorting like a pig as it was.
I'm going to say you're missing out on a possible market. I'm just saying there's a lot of weird guys out there.
Yeah, but those are the same ones that want me to lick my toes online and breathe heavily while I do it or something. Eat a chicken wing, eat a chicken wing online and here, does this plum turn you guys on? Oh. It's such a good plum.
Did you say they asked you to lick your feet online? What the fuck is wrong with people? Oh!
I didn't do it.
No, I'm not. Listen, if you like licking your feet, you do you. That's fine. But asking someone, hey, can you lick your feet and send me a video? That is revolting. That is definitely one of the most revolting things I've ever seen. I'm glad I wasn't looking. I only looked when she started making sounds, and I swear to you, I don't want to look at her again because it's fucking gross. That is disgusting. You know, you walk on those things, right? Like all day long. Like you kick things.
This is why I will not get COVID because I've got all the germs.
No, okay. Let's make sure people know that was a joke. That is not how you stay away from COVID by licking people's feet. That is not how.
And
you
I don't really have all the germs.
Okay? That is fuck. This is what I laugh at all the time when people are like, "Oh, why do you wear socks?" And I'm like, "Because I don't like to get my feet dirty." And they're like, "Oh, that's weird." And then I see people like lying down on their bed with their bare ass feet and their feet are black and they're just covered in filth. And I'm like, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mine are pretty good.
Well, you know what? You do you. I'm just saying, my wife gets mad at me. She's like, "Why are you wearing socks all the time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, to protect my feet. I have very soft feet and they're very, very delicate and I don't want to do that."
Because you wear socks all the time.
They're very soft. My feet are softer than some people's hands. I'll tell you that right now.
Wow.
And I'm not sending you a picture because that's fucking weird.
And so is his vagina.
I definitely do not have a soft vagina. I've seen a doctor and he said I do not have a soft vagina. It was a special vagina
anymore.
It was a male-friendly vagina doctor. That's an OBGYN,
He's
right?
got it in a glass jar. I don't think you could do that. I guess it would just be extended out, eh?
That's fucking vile.
So how many people were at this show thing?
There was quite a few. And you know what? And everyone they attempted to social distance. We did. There haven't really been many. So the one advantage is that outside of the city, there are significantly less cases of COVID and people getting sick, which is fantastic, as they've proved that their isolation in the interim has been beneficial for the area. We, being from outside the city, we did socially distance and we're wearing masks and everything. But there was probably over 100 people. And as I said, it was a great show. It was a fantastic time. I want to thank everyone who had us there. I don't know if they want to be named by name, but it was a fantastic time. We really did enjoy it. It was more so that it was just nice to be on stage again. And the definitely worst part about it all was that this morning I woke up and wrote the perfect set for that. And I was like, God damn it. I was so angry.
You did it. Honey, you did the perfect set. Trust me, I watched the guys that like I adore, and I don't even want to mention, I think I've even said the story, but they bombed and they had their sheets on their stool right beside them, and these guys are on have Netflix specials, it's so you know it's and they bombed.
It's a very weird time, bad no it's
but I think I'm gonna, if the first time that I get to go up in front of a live audience, I think I'm gonna cry a little.
Don't do that.
And I'm gonna wanna hug them, and I'm gonna wanna. No, I won't, because it's social distancing, and I don't want everybody's germs. But I'm definitely gonna wear something super, super hot. Because I want all the attention and all the claps. So, but not too hot, so that way the women don't get mad. So you gotta wear something pretty, so that way the men can see you in this light, and then the women don't get she's a fucking they talk shit because they do that once they talk. So
true. I actually to the show I wore the shirt that says "Let's Stay Strangers" on it. And
did you wear that one?
Yeah, and the funny thing was that so this is the funny thing is people don't read my shirts until I'm about to go on stage. It's quite funny, but then as I start to approach one area, people are like, "Oh my God, read his shirt! Oh my God, read his shirt!" And it's just a wave of people going, "Oh my God, read his shirt! Oh my God, read his shirt!" And then I got on stage and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the best shirt ever!" And I'm like, "Thank you."
Oh, I just really burped loud.
Yes. I am not the only one who's a pig here. That's fantastic.
Clearly, they know that I'm the.
She licks her feet, man. This is gross. I really hope she pretended that. I really hope you pretended that instead of actually
Wishful thinking, Dino. I love how you're so optimistic about me.
Well, yeah, I wish that too. It's a little hot in here.
So what does that shirt say?
Oh, this says.
What does it say?
Cat like speed and reflexes. There you go. Speed and reflexes, baby. It's a tribute to Chris Farley.
I like it.
Yeah.
When do you have cat-like speed reflexes? And actually, when cats are like all lazy and they just want to sleep, not when they see a mouse.
Exactly. That is exactly. I have cat-like reflexes when I want, not when you want. It's not how this works. I am a liberated man. Thank you very much.
I like it. And hear him roar.
I think I've had way too much sugar. So we ordered some ribs, and like there was a ton of sides and stuff. So I had like
pork ribs.
Yeah, and
oh my God, tell me about them, Dino.
they were.
Were they smoky barbecue? Tell me they were smoky barbecue.
Oh, they were every flavor, baby. No, it's they were delicious. They were delicious. And the best part was like they had tons of sides. There was cornbread, and I had onion rings, and yeah, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure. And they gave us a bunch of drinks that you would call, it rhymes with like popped or pepper. You call it that? Yeah, popped or pepper. Yeah. And I have way too much sugar in my system right now, and my diabetes meds are not doing the job. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I'm like,
thing about
let's talk
Dr.
forever. Dr. Fecker.
I have the funniest thing about Dr. Fecker. So Dr. Fecker, I thought Ponderosa in Detroit was the only place that sold it until I was like 14, because that was the only place that I'd ever had it. So I thought that that's where they sold it.
No,
but apparently no.
Yeah, actually, it's funny, because everyone like it's. I find it very interesting with pop. I remember because we used to go to Florida when I was younger. We would go there for like 2 weeks for vacation, and we would drive down. It was a whole big thing. And the best part was in Florida, we would always stay in Fort Lauderdale, and they would have a Publix. And Publix, like the U.S. has like crazy soda, like they're insane, and I love it. But my most favorite, and this will every time I'm drinking it, it's. You drink it and it's just sweet enough to be sweet, but it's airy, so it kind of just disappears, like you're drinking a dry wine or dry champagne kind of thing. It's beautiful, and it's Diet A&W sparkling vanilla cream soda. I'm telling you,
there's like
fucking
so
delicious.
many good flavors.
I'm telling you,
the worst possible flavor.
I will murder you.
Why don't you just go chew
if you say it's bad, I will straight up kill you.
Go eat your purple gum. Go eat your purple gum.
The best part is she looks like she's spitting into her camera on my screen. It's very funny, people. Because she's like,
yeah. Go eat that purple gum.
I think she's cussing me out.
That tastes like soap. No. I said go eat the purple gum that tastes like soap, you freak.
The purple gum that tastes like... No, it doesn't. It's very...
I bet you that's just as gross.
It's not. I'm telling you. So, okay, are you a fan of crushed cream soda?
Love it.
Okay. So, and I know normally cream sodas outside of crushed cream soda have a weird bubblegum taste. I agree.
No.
Okay, I don't know how to please you right now, lady, okay? What the fuck are you trying to talk about?
I'm sorry, I'm going with it. I'm just saying that when you said American Pops, all I kept thinking was all the different flavors they have, like the pineapple and the blah, 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 and they have like all these cool different flavors, and you go for the worst freaking one.
No, I'm telling you. You know what? I will.
You like vanilla Coke, don't you? You drink vanilla Coke, don't you?
No, it's too it's like eating banana flavored things. They're too banana-y. They're not. They don't taste like bananas.
Vanilla's gross.
It's not in
anything other than ice cream.
What's gross?
Vanilla is gross in anything other than ice cream and candles.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Actually, you know what? A funny thing. A buddy of mine, he tried to get me like when I used to work out and I would drink protein shakes and stuff like that. He was like, "Oh yeah, the vanilla one's great." It's just disgusting. And I'm like, but like vanilla.
Well, yogurt though, vanilla yogurt.
Yeah, I found it too much. It was very overwhelming. But like Breyers, Breyers makes a kick-ass vanilla ice cream. It's even got the little specks of vanilla bean in there. I say A-okay. It's delicious.
Ah, you did it too. Better to burp and taste it, fart and waste it again.
I've burped like so many times. I just do this, so you can't hear it through my mic on my headphones, but they are like, holy shit, this guy burps all the fucking time. Every time I go, that's what's actually happening. So but
you know what's disgusting is the women that purposely do it. Like they're all like,
I heard women that burp.
Girl, it's not. I want to be a girl. I want to be a woman. I don't want to burp. It's not pretty. It's not even.
It's true.
Like,
listen.
Women's rights. At least, like, if you're gonna fight for women's rights, be one. Like,
let's we are friendly to all sexualities and genders, and we don't want to.
Yeah.
I think
well, of course.
I believe what
I tried to be a lesbian. I tried it a bunch of times, and I wasn't one, so it's not my fault.
I'll tell you right now, guys, the best part about this podcast is when Crystal when she realizes she said something that's not really friendly, when she tries to fix it, she makes it worse, and it's fucking hilarious for me, because I'm watching it going,
I do that in life.
That's a bad idea, and she just keeps, it's like Chief, it was that episode in Simpsons where Chief Wiggum's like, dig up, stupid, it's exactly where she's like, no, what I mean is this, and I'm like, that's not better at all. So what I wanted to say was what Crystal was saying was specifically that there's a certain decorum that comes with the idea of being ladylike, and that sometimes those principles are welcomed on appearances by many people, and that can be the idea of presenting that image as attracting more with honey instead of salt, right? Or honey instead of vinegar. That's the idea. So we want to make sure that people appreciate it. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, trust me, other people go, oh, that's a nice way of putting it, Dino. Whereas some people are going, what the fuck did he say? And okay, so I had mentioned before how
I was just saying that I should be okay to be happy to be a woman though and want to be feminine, right?
Round two, okay. Guys, let's see what happens. I love it.
Because I shave my legs. Ooh, she's a big bad whore. Jezebel, like, fuck.
No, you know what? Fuck it. No. I'm gonna put you on blast right now.
Don't wear makeup.
The last episode
Only
we
real
did.
Women don't wear makeup.
The last episode we did. Okay, was Crystal sent me 2 videos, and I was like, that's weird because I only have 1 video. Because normally when you go over a certain length of period of time, the camera will automatically split it up into smaller files. Now the second one was actually just a videotape of her one arm, very, very close up, and you see all the little hair sticking up, and I'm like, why the fuck is she sending? And I'm just like, and now she's like, I shaved my legs. I'm like, well, interestingly enough, how about that shit, lady?
My arm. It's got little blonde hairs. You guys think I have hairy arms?
Oh, yeah. No. Blonde hairs make it all the better.
I don't shave my freaking arms. What am I, a swimmer? Like, I don't shave my arm.
How is that the excuse? How is that the excuse? How is that the excuse that's like, oh, well, I don't shave my arms because I'm not a swimmer. That makes sense. Well,
who shaves their arms? Who the fuck shaves their arms?
I know a couple.
Swimmers and wrestlers.
I know a few ladies who definitely shave their arms.
And Jersey Shore boys.
Listen,
that have blonde tips and hair
so you
gel,
guys
and
can
they
see,
shave their
like,
arms.
I have mildly hairy arms. I'm not a very hairy guy, but I have hair where it's appropriate.
Oh my God, Dino, do you shave your arms?
No, I don't shave anything. I don't shave my face, right? But the funny thing is, I've met a few women who had hairier arms than me, and I was like, "Oh, goddamn!"
Oh, me too.
And I have a bad habit of when I see something that's shocking, I'll be like, "Goddamn, what's that?" And it's not nice.
Oh my God, he acts like I have like big hairy arms. Okay, guys, look.
Like a gorilla.
I do not. Oh my God, do I?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
I just started shaving the back of my legs, so I realized that I kept just doing the front. And then, Well, they was so soft I didn't even realize it until like, because I don't do There wasn't a lot of them because my pants were above it.
Oh! I might have just had a stroke. I might have had a stroke because all I pictured in my head was like smooth on the front and then this strip down the back of your leg that's like 8 feet long of hair. It's just like you ran with like streamers coming behind you.
No, you've seen my legs without them.
I've seen nothing. I love my wife. I've seen nothing. I love my wife. I've seen nothing.
On stage. Lord
that
knows I
is
show my
not
legs on
the
stage
better
just in case
statement.
nobody laughs.
That is not a better statement. She's like, well, you saw them on stage. No,
That's
I didn't.
true, because
I didn't see anything.
Depending on timelines, you're probably better off that I don't say that than did.
So
I didn't put out a timeline.
A friend of the show's who he watches the show regularly. He saw the video of where I...
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Alberto. You're a great guy. I'm going to let him know that we mentioned him in the podcast today. He'll be like, oh, I'm so cool. But he saw the video.
He is.
He is. Oh, he's great. He's very supportive. He's been a great guy. It was a pleasure that I was able to meet him. Well, no, talk with him. I haven't met him yet. But anyways, he even mentioned, he goes, oh, because he saw the episode where I said how I called Victoria Crystal and it was close to our anniversary, and I explained all of that. And he's like, oh, you poor fuck. Because every husband has had that happen to him. Everyone. Every man that's been in a relationship has used the wrong name and go, because
I've been with a guy who's done it.
Immediately, you know, I am so fucked. And the thing is, you know you're fucked, so there's nothing you can do. It's just like, oh, well, my day just went to shit. Might as well double down.
Just gotta light some candles and put some chocolate sauce on your penis like I suggested. Like,
no, she'll cut you. If you do that in response, she will murder you. She will strangle you with the bow. 100%. All you say is, I'm sorry, honey, I'm a piece of shit. Just beat me. Beat me to death. I don't mean like beat me to death. I mean like beat me to death. It's not good. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, so.
So, because it will already be seen, so today to congratulate Dino on his, I don't have it with me, so I don't want to show it anyways because you'll see it, but you'll get to see the little present that I made for him to congratulate him on doing a show this weekend. The poster.
Oh!
The new poster.
So good. Actually, okay, so
because he kept talking about stuff, about certain things, right? And if you listen to our previous videos, Dino talks about how he wants to be like, and he said that how he wanted somebody to draw him as like a big, cart. Like, anyways, big, what I did. So it is basically like Dino's head on like a big Wolverine body and then my feet. Like, it's awesome.
It's so the best part.
It's a great ad.
The best part was, do you want me to say what happened this morning? Okay,
yes.
So.
Yeah.
So
I almost thought I got fired again.
I woke up and
I get scared.
And she sent me this picture, and then right afterward, I get a notification that it's posted on Facebook, and I'm like, no! And I'm just like, take it down. And she's like, what is happening?
Before even saying he likes it.
Before I say anything, I'm like, take it down now. And she's like, why?
He's like, take it the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
He said, take it the fuck down now.
I'm like, nah.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I just like, I thought you'd really like it. I put you into it. Like, I thought that's exactly what you asked for. And
then I'm like, why would you waste such a good picture on a Sunday? We don't even have an episode coming out today.
So that made sense. So I did delete it right soon. Before he even told me why I deleted it, though, because I was going to be like, if it wasn't a good reason, I was going to be like, well, fuck you then. And post everywhere.
No. I was like, no, this is fucking great. I love it. But yeah, no, it was so cool. It's probably going to be loaded with one of these episodes.
You guys will see it by then.
Oh yeah, you'll have seen it. We'll use it for this week's episodes and everything. No, it's, you know what the funny thing is, like, God, it's hard being like, you can't read people's minds, right? And that's one of the things. The best part about comedy is that you get to see an entire sea of reactions. Like you have that feedback immediately. So it's like when you're talking over text and stuff like that, you don't know, because like, look, if I called her and was like, take it the fuck down now, I'm not happy. But if I was like, hey, don't waste it, take it down now, it comes off different, and so you don't know.
And with everything controversial and stuff, I was like, what? Is it because the dude, like, is wearing black armor?
Actually...
Like, what is wrong here? It's not black armor. Like, I didn't know. I'm like, what did I do wrong now? Like, what now? I'm like, what is woke about this picture? That's all I kept thinking. I'm like, I'm reading it and stuff. I'm like, fuck, what did I write? Did I write cupcake? Is cupcake bad now? What did I write this wrong now?
I feel bad now that I'm the asshole who's like, no, I'm trying to do the right thing, but it's you know, I know.
Well, it's the right thing.
It's too much.
According to, you know, well, this one guy, he asked me perfectly. He's like, pick your poison.
The problem is there's just too much
and
happening.
During all these times. So he's like, pick your poison.
Yay, technical difficulties, they're the best.
Technical difficulties. Hello, you're frozen. Okay. There we go.
There we go.
So this one guy, he said to me, he's like, pick your poison over, like, he's like, pick a side, pick a type of thing and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, well, poison's different. Like, poison it depends on your biological, like, balance, basically. And then it also depends on the surrounding, everything. Poison is based on a lot of different aspects.
True.
And so it's pick your poison. Well, not everything's poisonous to everybody.
Well,
so
yes,
is that a poison? Is it harmful? Or penicillin is technically a poison considered and stuff, a fungus. So it's like,
I follow your train.
And that, well, it's just like there's a lot of things that can be considered, like animals can't eat certain things that we can eat because it's poisonous to them.
True.
You know, like certain things like that. So it's like, well, what's poisonous to you might not be poisonous to me.
True. Well.
So might not be, and do I have to make it that way? Because you want to live in that? Do I have to make it that way? Because I don't know. Okay. Because it's just, everybody's getting so deep into everything. It's like, please don't. Let's look at the positive side.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, let's just look at that. Do we have to fight? Do we have to join arguments because people are getting mad at you if you don't choose a side or if you don't make a comment on their preach at something? It's like, I don't have a part to get involved and I don't want to escalate it. Yeah. I don't want to be on a side. I'm just not going to say anything towards it. And I just make jokes. Yeah. You know, I'd rather make jokes and not be so attack.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Listen, and that's...
I'm not trying to prove a point. I have lots of points, people. Trust me. You guys don't want to hear my points and shit on things. But I keep it to my damn self because I'm the one that's got to figure my life out.
Well, look, you guys. Okay, so let's... Okay, so I'll be honest with you. We had a little bit of technical issue, so I didn't see where you started with this, but okay. I'm pretty sure I got the gist of it.
Yeah.
So, in general, I don't disagree with that at all. And to a degree, like, there's two... factors. Like there's poison that kills everyone, and then there's something that doesn't agree with you, right? Now, I'll give actually a really good example. This is something I really love. Is what person enjoys having a little tag on the back of their shirt? Zero. There's no person. Zero people think that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, but watch this.
I love that itch. It's awesome.
Now, but watch this. Okay. Do you put up with it all the time and just say, well, whatever? Okay. Or do you cut it out? Now, as an adult, you have the choice to cut it out and you are free to sit. Now, I knew a woman who, she got very annoyed with that. So she would do it with her clothes, but proceeded to do it on all of her children's clothes. She just says, well, I don't like it, so they won't like it either.
Yeah.
And you say they're going, well...
People do that all the time.
Well, and that's fine, too. Now, if your child said, Mommy, this is itchy, or Daddy, this is itchy, whatever parent, okay... and you said, okay, I'll take care of it. Now, but leaving it there, in actuality, it doesn't affect anything. And what it does is it helps teach your child restraint, long-suffering, endurance, and how to focus on what's important instead of, I get a little itchy here. Yeah, exactly. How about you shut the fuck up, you little whiny bitch? How about that, right? And that's the thing is, there's a very big difference between, like, look.
Let's focus on good stuff.
Well, arsenic kills everyone, okay? But... you having your feelings hurt? Sorry, you're not that important for society. Your feelings hurt? You're a little butthurt?
It's not. That's not it. No, it's not even that. It's not trying to say that you're not good enough to listen to or that you're not important enough. Like, okay, you want to express your opinion, you want to have all these emotions, you want to have all these feelings, put all that into fixing the problem.
Absolutely.
Instead of just yelling about it, because 90% of the people that are yelling about it are doing nothing. Yep. Okay, you're pulling up stuff that you found on the internet. People, I found stuff on the internet that will blow your fucking mind. Okay,
that's true.
So that doesn't make it true.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it fucking true.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that, and it doesn't make it wrong either. So there's not there's no right or wrong answer to any of this, especially with this COVID shit, because we don't know. We don't know the right or wrong answer through all the other stuff that's going on, because we're not each other. So we don't know how the other person is taking anything. So it's us trying to pretend like we do and then place judgment on it. Not only are we pretending like we know, but we're trying to place judgment on those who either are living it or that are trying to figure it out, instead of moving forward ourselves. So, which is just not moving ahead. Like, you know, we're flooding Facebook with fucking arguments. And it's like, to see who's meaner than the other person, who can say the more hurtful thing wins. Like, you know, it's like, holy shit.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm going to post naked grandmas for the rest of this COVID. I'll fix my hair while you do your technical difficulties.
There we go. Okay, technical difficulties, and that should be fine. So, can you see me now?
It's your fancy new computer. I can always see you, especially when you're like this.
You know what? I might switch. So I've been using. The problem is I need to get a webcam for this thing. That's the problem. But you just burp again.
Yeah, I love it. You were supposed to point it out. Jesus Christ! I was supposed to do it.
Always point it out. I remember,
That's because I'm gonna be single forever. Did you see? I posted this thing on Facebook where it showed me carrying a bunch of luggage and some red flags, and I'm like, XXXO to you, my forever penis.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, you might as well lay it out there.
I just saw that. I was like, I don't know who this is for. I'm like, oh, all right, sure, hey, it's all good. No, you're absolutely right.
Nobody in specific. I'm
Not
just
yet.
like, whoever wants to.
No, it is.
I'm just like,
we just don't know who that person is that it's for. That's the key.
Elon Musk.
We're not sure who it actually is.
Hi. Elon Musk.
I don't know.
Hi.
Oh, technical.
He didn't hear me.
Difficulties.
He didn't hear me almost get us charged. He doesn't know why we're going to get our houses burned down. I am. He doesn't know why we're going to get our houses burnt down.
Why are we getting our houses burned down?
He doesn't know why we're going to be...
That's not a good thing. I don't like that.
I'm just teasing. I'm just getting you scared of what I said when you weren't around.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Wait till we do 3-hour shows and he gets to go to the bathroom and stuff, and then I get the mic to myself.
I will have a catheter. I will not. I'm not leaving that camera. I am not going to let that shit happen. That terrifies the shit out of me. No,
we do very unscripted podcasts, by the way.
No,
folks.
you know what?
So he's got to be here to catch it.
We tried to do stuff as like, hey, let's talk about this topic, and then we would talk about it for like 4 minutes, and abandon it completely, and just go on something else. It's ridiculous, but so we are just about out of time for today.
Da Vinci Code. Can we pick a new subject? Da Vinci Code, because I think that I'm a child of Jesus.
No. What we can do, though, how about modern renditions of conspiracy theories? How about that? Next episode,
and
we're going to talk about...
MK Ultra.
We already talked about MK Ultra, though.
I really think I am. I've been reading more and more about it, and it scares me.
This is what happens when you smoke the reefer, people.
Which they said that was a thing.
This is what happens when you smoke the reefer, okay? The reefer cigarette is bad. No.
Will somebody find my medical records?
So, we're just about out of time.
I'm teasing.
She's not teasing. We'll do a little more motivation for a motivation for today.
Nobody wants to.
Fucking hell. Okay. Let me try and get through this, you bastard.
No, I just used new deodorant, and I'm like, it smells good. I can smell it.
This actually just came out of the laundry too. I was like, oh, it smells so good. Okay, so
anyways.
let's go through this. You no person has control over how other people act, how other people express themselves, how other people address people. What we do have control over is how we feel. And when you allow someone who is not doing things nicely or politely or friendlyly, and you let that affect how you feel, you give them power over your emotions. And this is an extremely dangerous thing. Remember, the people who are around you are owed zero amount of control over how you feel about things. You have every right to feel the way you feel, and we can't have it where some people can express themselves and others can't. Now, there are good ways and bad ways of expressing yourself that can be taken in various different ways. That doesn't necessarily make either one of them wrong, depending on the audience you're trying to talk with or reach. That being said, you always want to maintain control over what you have control over, such as your own emotions, your own feelings, so as to be able to guide how you grow and which direction you try and grow in. In a time of upheaval where the whole world is up and down, we don't have control over what people do. We don't have control over how people react to certain information or certain events. But we can control how we deal with these things, and that is the most important thing, because what we do affects our lives internally and, of course, externally. So when we don't maintain those things and allow to be carried where we're just going through the motions, we no longer become the driver in our story, but become the passenger in our own lives, which is not only dangerous, but is a waste of a life and something that is not beneficial to anyone. So always maintain that control over yourself. And if you feel yourself losing control, there is nothing wrong with stopping things and saying, I need to step away from this right now. That is a responsible and fair statement. And if someone doesn't respect that, that is their sin to bear, not yours. Knowing what you can and can't bear is okay, and it makes you a better person. I think that's all I have to say.
Good for you.
Good for you, you fat fuck. Now shut your mouth. No. Excellent.
No, it was good. You always say awesome stuff. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes
yeah, I didn't feel guilty enough of before. But that's all right, guys. Well, that's just about it. Crystal, where can everyone find you?
Everyone can find me at Morning Motivational Rant, simply me on YouTube, with Motivational Rant, Crystal Morency on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Mr. Dino.
All right, guys. I am Dino the Genetic Marvel. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Morning Motivational Rant, obviously here on YouTube. We are still working with regards to editing everything so that we can get the audio out as well, which is going to be coming soon. And on Instagram, Morning Motivational Rant, we post every day. We post a video, and links are in the channel there. But aside from that, guys, we thank you. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and any feedback is welcome. And we hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.